KTRA 5814 asks a question I think is interesting. If big stars generally don't sell movie tickets anymore, why do some animation studios still insist on using celebrity voicing characters as the main selling points of their animated movies? It's a good question. I think part of it has to be, some of them are good at it, right? I would say my big thing is I think there's some wisdom to the idea that if you make a Mario movie, it needs to have something attached to it to legitimize it. So that it's not just some Mario movie. It's some, direct-to-DVD Mario movie. Who knows? It could still be the best-looking version of it, and it could have all the best voice actors, but you need something to tell parents, no, this is a go-to-the-movie-theater movie for, and I think Chris Pratt sends that message. I think having him do press is good. I don't think you need him. I don't think he can open a movie. Chris Pratt kind of can. But I think a lot of actors can't open a movie overseas anymore. But I do think if you see them in a movie, you go, oh, this is a movie. It's hard to quantify that. And it doesn't mean anything. I think there's plenty of voice actors who are not well known. Someone else brought up the question of who would be a better Mario than Chris Pratt? The answer is so many people. But Chris Pratt is a movie star. Even if movie stars don't sell movies anymore, they do tell you that this is an expensive movie and that you should go see it in a theater. I don't know. I think it's something of that. And you know what it is? It's like board game boxes, kind of. It's so many boxes for board games are bigger than the board game is. And sometimes it's it's for expansions and it's a bigger box because you're going to get all the... But a lot of the time, it's just because they know this game is worth $20. And that's a very fair price to pay for a board game. But they also know it doesn't have as many pieces, maybe, but that shouldn't be the only factor in how much you pay for a board game, right? Like a good $20 board game can have 1 million pieces or it can have 5. It could still be worth that much money. So what I'm saying is, instead of selling it as a deck of cards, they'll put a deck of cards in an enormous box because you expect it to be in a box that big. If you're expecting it to cost $20, even if it's just cards, that could be in a much smaller box. And I think it's kind of that where even if the movie doesn't need Chris Pratt, you expect a movie that's going to make $1 billion to have someone like Chris Pratt. And it is, I don't know if this analogy makes sense, but I'm sticking with it. I will say, I do think some voice actors, Jack Black, in the Mario movie, I think earned his paycheck big time by turning in a very distinct, very memorable performance. I don't think anybody would argue he shouldn't have played that role, right? There's other people in that movie that you're well, why even bother with him? But, sometimes they are really good at it. And, he's one of those guys.